Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I'm here today for some BookList Thursday. BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of thoughts, ideas, book recommendations, something bookish related. So today we are going to help you prepare for the end of the year, pretty much. I don't know if you are like me, but I take off the last at least week of the year every year. Just the nature of my job, it's pretty dead at that time, so why not? So my last day of work I think is going to be the 21st, and then I get some time to myself. So we were thinking, why don't we give you guys some binge-worthy book ideas? So these are books that are ones you can pick up and get through pretty quickly. You're not going to want to put them down. They're going to keep your attention. They're going to help you relax, regroup, take in some me time, any of that. So these are the ones that I find myself binging myself. Can I say myself anymore? All right, let's get started. When we initially were thinking binge-worthy books, I know that we were discussing this a little bit, and we thought of some series, which, yes, series can definitely be binge-worthy, but I more or less thought of like the book that you have to read while you're waiting in line at the grocery store because you just literally don't want to stop reading this. So that's the direction that I'm going to take us in today. So first one I want to talk about is Class Mom by Lori Gelman. So binge-worthy from the perspective of I love the different way that it's written. So there's a lot of different like emails that are added in here. The chapters are fairly short, so they go pretty quick. And the subject is something I can totally relate to. So we have Jen Dixon. She is not your typical Kansas City class mom. She's actually a little bit older. She has 2 college-age daughters. She found herself getting married later in life and had another child, Max, who is just starting, I believe, kindergarten. Yep, he's 5. So her best friend and PTA president sees her as the wisest, best candidate for the job of class mom and basically gives her the job. And she is definitely unique and not like the other class moms. She's hilarious. She's cheeky. She's relatable. She says things as they are. She's blunt. She calls people out. It's so funny. It's so funny and just completely relatable. So I highly recommend this one if you want some laughs, if you want to just kind of, again, it's binge-worthy because there's definitely a story to it. It's not like what I would call an easy read, but yet it's an easy read because it just works. It's so funny. And if you are interested in binging some more, there are 2 other books that are involved with this series, so you could definitely pick that up. Next one, kind of along the same lines, is another, I guess we would call it an easy read. I guess they both are. The Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. There's also The Friend Zone. They are related to each other, so you have similar characters, but not necessarily a series. But this one follows Sloane, and she finds herself in a really interesting situation where she has this dog that kind of, I believe, like she's at a stop sign and the dog is running and somehow jumps in through her sunroof. It's just crazy. And that kind of sets you up with how this book is. It's just these crazy, insane things happen. And she finds herself taking care of this dog because the owner of the dog is away. And she's like, well, fine. If he's not going to answer my calls, I'm just going to keep the dog myself. We're going to take care of it. Anyways, the owner ends up connecting with her, and it goes from there, and it's sweet and it's fun and I love it. It alternates perspectives. So you have the dog owner Jason and you have Sloane, and it's a sweet book. Same as The Friend Zone, similar characters. I just love them both. Very quick, easy reads. So then we get kind of into more serious books, yet still binge-worthy. So anything by Colleen Hoover is something that I will easily binge. This one in particular, It Ends With Us. It follows Lily and her relationship with Ryle, and it becomes abusive, and kind of what she does and how she handles it, how he handles it, is so beautifully written and so impactful and so fantastic, yet not necessarily an easy read in my opinion. But I fly through books like this, and I want to say she's really good. Yep, she's awesome at short chapters too. It's just fantastic. The next one I want to talk about, again, not an easy read. This is My Absolute Darling by Gabrielle Talent. I listened to this book on audio, which was done so fantastically, and finished it within like 2 days. So we have Turtle Elveston. She is 14. She finds herself roaming the woods in Northern California at night, basically to escape the house that she's living in. She's living with her father and her grandfather. How do I explain this one? Her world is pretty isolated. So since the death of her mother in the thrall of her father, he's a renegade survivalist whose towering eloquence can lapse unpredictably into violence. We're just gonna go with that because that explains things perfectly. Her social existence is confined to lonely days at middle school. She really doesn't have any friends, fending off the interest of anyone who might get close. She doesn't want anyone to know what's going on. She does connect with her grandfather, who's also there, and again spends nights trying to get away from her father. She does connect with a boy in high school named Jacob. Jacob kind of understands what's going on, and we go from there. It is a hard read, but it is a really good book, and definitely one that once you get into it, it's really hard to put down. All right, and then the last one I have really is a series, I guess. So we have the Illuminati Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So this takes place in the future, and it's all told with various like media. So there's emails and reports and journal entries, and that's how the story is told, which is so unique and an amazing perspective, but also makes the book go really, really quick. It looks like a huge book. You will get through this so fast. It's definitely binge worthy. So this takes place in outer space. We are following a ship who is fleeing from an incident that happened on the planet that they were working on. They are trying to get away. They are being chased by another ship, and this is kind of the story of what happens. Fantastic, fantastic. There's Illuminae, Gemina, and Obsidio. Those are the 3 books. You could easily binge those in during a vacation or during some time off because they go really, really fast. The audios are also exceptional and amazing. So that one is also a binge worthy. As far as my plan for a binge-worthy book, I have a feeling that Hail Mary by Andy Weir is going to be my binge-worthy book. I read The Martian by him and loved it, and I have heard that this is even better. So we have a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. It says Ryland Grace is the sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and Earth itself will perish. Okay. Fair. Except that right now he doesn't know that. He can't even remember his own name, let alone the nature of his assignment or how to complete it. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time. And he's just been awakened to find himself millions of miles from home with nothing but 2 corpses for company. His crewmate's dead, his memories fuzzily returning. Ryland realizes that an impossible task now confronts him. Hurtling through space in his tiny ship, it's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery, conquer an extinction-level threat to our species. With the clock ticking down and the nearest human being light years away, he's got to do it all alone. Or does he? So this is my binge-worthy one. I know it looks a little thick, but again, I feel like once you get into books that you just can't find yourself putting down, it doesn't matter how many pages they are, you just go for it. So anyways, if you have any binge-worthy books that you think should be on this list, comment below. Please let me know. I either probably have them on my shelf, which let's talk about my shelves and how out of control they are. This is getting cleaned up while I have off work, that's for sure. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for binge-worthy books today. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.